Bora, gente, a gente vai continuar aqui. O jogo aqui tem modo história? Modo história, modo online, né? Aqui, dá uma continuada. Você parou aqui nessa parte, certo?
I was determined not to give up, however. As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to help me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water.
O pessoal, já que do jogo tá alto. Tá legal, né?
But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Peguei? É, mano. Tem que descer. Agora, vou descer. Tem a alavanca mais, mano? Tu não?
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Vou morrer aqui, gente. Morreu, eu espero que eles me levem lá pra baixo, né? E não deu, velho. Trollou, mano.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there.
Dá pra acertar aqui não, né? Trollou a mega. Bora, gente. Tá lá? Ah, tá. Dá pra descer. Dá uma descida aqui. Aqui tinha aqui, né? O negócio aqui, deixa eu subir aqui. O quê? Ah, dá pra gente pegar aqui, ó. Segredo encontrado. Deixa eu só melhorar as coisas aqui que eu tenho. Mas a pistola, né? Também não melhorei o rifle. Bora melhorar ele aqui. Bolsos grandes. Carrega mais, né? Cada um level, né? Cada um level. Ah, eu não posso mais ligar. Beleza, então. Bora escalar. Só podia uma vez só, então. Pelas escadas mesmo.
The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
Pode descer por aqui, certo? Munição.
Gonna blow you into next week! This day is gonna get worse and worse for you. Hey! Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing. No blood money for you today!
Tá nóis. Dele.
You can shoot, but can you aim? Keep pissing me off. See what it gets you. I can shoot too. Bastard! I need some help here.
Ai, negue.
Come on, boys.
Eu fui.
Take this cocksucker out.
Boa. Ai, meu parceiro. É. Até acertado, né?
They're gonna bury you in a million pieces. Show yourself.
Que desgrama. O que bateu ali, né?
No blood money for you today. Like this, you son of a bitch.
E aí, Black, como você tá? Boa tarde, meu cheiroso.
You ain't beefing me.
Ficando aqui continuando, né? Conflito.
They're gonna need a dustpan to pick you up. I do not
Opa. Tá querendo acertar, mano. Vem. Sai correndo, mano. Aí, Black, eu já dou o SH já, vem. Continuar aqui. Acabei morrendo, mano. Valeu pelo lurk, Black. Tamo junto, meu cheiroso. Não. Quebra, amigo. O cara tá acertando na mão. Pô, esses caras que ficam com eles tá chato, cara. Foi uma balita na cabeça.
Him and his crew were worth their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Continuar.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself. Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
Pera, também esqueci de trazer a água, mano. Droga. Bora aqui?
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
Tá, nóis.
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wisnick.
Pô, essa pistola até que tá boa, mano. Não, hein? O alcance dela é muito... Ele tá com a distância limitada, né?
I thought the Texas Rangers got hard.
Yeah, that's what they want you
Tá
to believe.
instigada por um rifle.
It was cold in a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
Rapaz, eu me esqueci como ver aqui. Uma pepita por perto. Os objetivos, né? Deixa eu ver aqui, gente. Tuda... Mouse, né? Tem todos os botões. Ah, é no... É por onde, hein, mano? Será que é por aqui? Eita, nós. Uma pepita por perto. Aonde, mano? Não tem visão pra pessoa ver, né? Onde fica a pepita? Essa seria uma boa, né? Vou passar. Ó. Boa, conseguimos. Segredo só, né? Até sabem de... Fazer, vou deixar essa pepita pra trás, mano. Não tem nada brilhando. Bora, né?
To the very same saloon we're sitting in today. Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and... Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men.
Caraca, o bicho é brabo.
Folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold out here. I'm freezing my giblets off.
Ain't right, we gotta stay out here keeping watch like this. Ain't nobody stupid enough to go after Hardin anyway. Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hands. And that was easier said than done.
Era pra ter uma conquistinha, né? Pra...
As I was.
Quantas vezes você atira na cabeça desses caras, né?
Wasn't in that camp.
Ei, Saturnalha! Como você tá, meu cheiroso? Bem-vindo.
Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the bitch head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcome presence.
Você tá, meu cheiroso? Pokécat não, mano. Ih, cadê o... Gosto do Pokémon, né? Tá aparecendo aqui, gente. Fez a Twitch tira, né? Horrível. Cadê o Pokémon, mano? Bem também, meu caro Saturnalha. Estamos jogando aqui um... Call of Juarez, né? Da hora demais. Eu vou ver se eu zero hoje. Para carregadinha.
Stop that son bitch! Let the boys know we got another.
Guarda. Guarda não, mano. Tiro não. Boa, mano. Esse aqui. Deve ser munição, né? Pode, rapaz. Longe.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Quero pegar do patrulheiro não, mano.
A
linha aqui tá muito boa.
Deep down, I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better.
Aqui sai pra onde? O caminhão aqui. Tá dando liberdade, né? Pra dar uma olhadinha. É nada.
Before I could test my mettle against Harden, however,
Agora lascou, ó.
I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers. Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story.
Eu tirei 2 vezes na cabeça dele, cara. Não fui. É bronca. É lá. Pra que pegar cover, né?
Shoot him! Shoot him!
Parece que com 2 pistolas fica... Fica mais ruim, né?
So later, that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
Novo nível. Vai chegar mais junto.
Put some howls in him!
Na cabeça. Guarda no...
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
Agora. Os bandidos. A mais munição. A pepita que ele falou aqui.
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me.
Cabecinhas.
In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
E E papai.
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were among the dead. But that was short-lived, as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Por que você tá perdendo quadros aqui, gente?
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Ô, droga.
No, wait! He didn't hit me then. I'm sure of it.
Calma aí, gente. O Android é um Android 10, né? Mano, o negócio subiu. Droga mesmo. Eu subi e não consegui coisar.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him.
Ah, não. Como é que eu vou saber
I'm sure of it.
que essa munição, né, tá vindo pro meu lado, cara? Acho que ele vira, né? Vai fazer um teste. Tentar, mano. Opa. Movimento.
That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So
Ah, entendi.
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back in a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Entendi, meu patrão.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Dança com renegados. As graves. Graves. O jogo é bom demais, gente. E não. Aqui bugou, mano. Já tava
He was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the
arretado pra cá.
mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
Muito tempo.
Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move. He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
Beleza.
They
Tá o
saw me.
esconderijo, né?
I saw them.
Coisa que eu tô me incomodando, cara. É na questão que não tá aparecendo Pokémon aí, né?
Crossed my mind that maybe this
Ele.
was such a good idea. But now that the shooting
amigo.
started, there was no backing down.
Traz, cara. Aonde? Ali, ó, galera. Safado, mano. Tava praticamente quase camuflado. Pensava que índio... Ah, mas não, mano. Tá ruim hoje, né? Pra nós. Vai estourar a vidinha aqui. Boa.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the
É
Cherokees,
munição, mano.
and that's why they had retreated there.
Nada.
I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got
Aí. Aí, Cinderela. Aí, Cinderela. Essa parte, mano. Para a vida. Correr. O problema é que fica tudo embaçado, mano. Tá tirando o cara, né? O objetivo tá onde? Tá.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
Rapaz, se ficar dependendo aqui da munição que eu tenho. Fala, Brezo. não pegar as armas. Pode não, hein.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Já era pra dar pra pegar, né? Pensando que o jogo bugou.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about
Cara, aqui só tem rifle só, né?
So it was like pitch black in there?
Aí, o negócio do Pokémon voltou.
pretty well lit as they had torches on the walls.
Droga. Paz. A distância. Pelo menos aqui com o rifle tá conseguindo pegar, né? Tá com o rifle mesmo porque gasta lá a munição.
How big was his cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
É o... Interessante. Tu pra cá? Pra cá agora. Deles. Novo nível. Bora melhorar aqui, gente. Bolinha, ó. Arma flamejante. Para corpo. Quero melhorar. Não, agora não. Tem necessidade, né, de melhorar.
Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Pessoalmente, eu amaria ter alguém que me amasse a ponto de lutar contra todas as dificuldades e que não desistisse de mim, mas eu prefiro o supino reto.
Ei, Anderson, como você tá, meu cheiroso? Lindo. Continuando aqui o Call of Juarez. Mano, isso é mentira que eu acertei ali a cabecinha.
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to two Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Religion is
Tranquilex, tranquilex.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death.
Vai ver o que tem por aqui? É só isso aqui. Foi mais fácil de encontrar, né? Segredo. Não sei o que a gente ganha se a gente encontrar todos.
I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows. And I sensed he meant me...
E tu...
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
Cara, eu acho que o cara entrou na tua live e nem...
The sound of his voice put some kind of
Quem, mano?
Indian spell on me.
Quem, cara?
As his story unfolded in my mind.
Consegui assistir a live ontem, mano.
Come to this place again and kill many more.
Sorry, meu caro Anderson.
The darkness will grow until it consumes everything.
Tava morto.
The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no teeth.
Logo após, quando eu terminei a live, eu fui dormir, mano. Acordei só às 4 da manhã, só.
Great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of your dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk.
O menino de vó vai deixar a vovó. A gente tem galerinha.
I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap.
Acabou já?
Suddenly, one just appeared, kind of like a miracle.
Onde tu foi dormir? Que live ontem? Aqui tá aparecendo pra mim que tu fez live ontem, mano. Tava destruído, não foi? Tava só o pó da rabiola. Vamos treinar hoje ou não?
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking
Pô, mano, eu cliquei, pô.
Water River.
Droga. Bala saiu do... Pra cima. Bala saiu do... Tô por aqui, mano.
I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo Jumbo is right. Are you
Não
making
pode matar esse cara não, mano.
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady.
O cara quer... Cara, o pai, mano. Pai. Eles...
A steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me. 100? God be my witness.
Ó, cadê o cara, mano?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to
O cara, mano.
but there were a lot of them.
Ah, já era. Até seria eu ter acertado, né? Todos os... ali, velho. Bronca. Era, ó.
Aí, mano, troquei. Tava conversando com uma guia e tava dando com lane até a foto dela assumiu TLG.
Caraca.
Indo bem.
E aí, meu caro Eu Rio? Como você tá, meu cheiroso bicho? Jogando aqui. Call of Juarez. Já jogou já? Quem abriu sempre aparece, né? Ele lá vizinha, meu caro Eu Rio. Deve estar ocupado, né? Cadê os caras, pô? Um tiro só. Tem, até tá aqui, ó. Olha aí. Calma aí. Tava dando bom, hein? Até a foto dela sumiu. Ela tava com vergonha, pô. Com vergonha de mostrar a beleza dela, né? Eu rio. É verdade, ela tá adicionando favorito, né? Ah, tá trampando, né? Em busca do lampião. Ó o Pokémon no chat, galera. Esse aqui eu já tenho já. É que tava bugado aí. Já tenho já. Essa sim, mano. Calma aí, Neg. Aqui é o... Sabe, hein? Meu amigo. Tá bronca, velho.
And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
Eita. Meu caro Rio, como você tá, meu Chico? Tô jogando esse aqui pelo GeForce.
As I desperately needed to find
Mais
out
um segredo, ó.
what was trying to
Estamos
tell me.
todos. GeForce anal.
But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air. Never did
Uma
find
conquistinha.
and never did collect my goddamn bounty.
Primeira vez que eu encontro todas as pepitas, né?
Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part and take it?
Cara, ontem eu fiquei só o pau da rabiola, mano.
Well,
Sério.
I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
Claro, cara. Eu também tô cansado.
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the...
Foi do novo, o corpo se acostumou a dormir de tarde, mano. Dormir de tarde, eu tô...
I did my best.
Tarde, cara. Ficando velho já, hein.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob
Patrulheiro.
banks at the same time.
If...
Two banks
É bom, hein.
on the same damn street.
Então já... É, né?
The story was Bob Dalton's girl was always riding him about how
Que amigo, mano.
ambition.
Que coisa boa. A gente agora tem amiguinho, né?
Jesse James, she'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Coffeeville just to shut her up.
Right. It's always the woman's fault.
Até amiguinho, né?
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off.
Aonde é pra ir?
Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their...
Com licença. Seria... Opa.
Put some holes in him!
Só tiro na nuca.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all, it was high noon. A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months. Now they finally had them.
Falou o que aqui?
Among them was a bounty hunter,
E
feared
no banco?
the lawbreaker. This man
É por aqui?
had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait for some...
Ah, não posso.
Those boys had a reputation as stone-cold killers, so the marshals took every precaution. knowing they wouldn't go easy. They met an adversary that day who had no fear and offered them no quarter. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
A nós.
This bounty hunter knew that the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns.
Eu não tenho granada não, né? Pouco eu tenho amigos, né, agora pra ajudar.
You went in there alone to confront those criminals. One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Agora sim a gente pode descer, né?
But he paid him
Ó,
no.
gente, a gente tem aqui uma melhor, ó. Melhorar isso aqui vai dar o quê? Ira. Ira estável. Pega ele aqui. É um negócio.
He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank. Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting.
Pode.
From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there.
Que nem a mega.
A moment later, he was climbing up a steep ladder.
As gurias do busão? Rapaz, já faz muito tempo que eu não vou pro busão. Mas não encontro mais menina.
Brave men like him who risked
Então,
their lives to tame this wild country.
daquele jeito não, rapaz. Uma pena, né? Amiga. Agora abriu aqui, não encontra mais não. Oxê.
Heroic men like him who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free. Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the
Não, amigo. E aqui não foi? E aí?
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! Just killed me.
Mandou os áudios, foi. Rapaz, foi muito grave, velho. Pra ela parar de falar.
You can't hide from me.
Tem uma pepita por perto?
Over there! Silas Greaves! What the hell?
Blam! Blam! He came away victorious, taking down those
E a
thieves.
pepita? Pepita, galera. Não sei se eu esqueci de alguma Puxa. Não tem mais chance? Ver se eu perdi. Pode ter, mano. Pode ter. Basta tu querer, né?
Silas Greaves! What the hell?
Novo nível. Tem pepita, será? Vou dar uma olhadinha aqui. É um pergaminho, né? Tinha. E não abre, né? Não, galera. Já não tem um papo. O negócio é voltar pro Elden Ring mesmo. Paz.
His name is Silas Greaves. And when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Se eu fosse tu, não deixava não, mano.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened. It was early evening, not high noon.
Não deixava escapar não, mano.
Daltons blew up
Mas depende do que ela falou quando tu enviasse o áudio, né?
I was late to the party and Coffeeville was already up in arms.
Ela só sorriu só é porque provavelmente tu tem a chance.
Were dropping like flies.
O gatinho. Aí é foda, pô.
Those jokers for months, waiting for them to do something reckless. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in Coffeeville.
Tem que ficar agachado, mano. Pra cá.
Ain't bothering me none. Shoot, there you
É assim.
waste your bullets. Go ahead.
Pra ir pra onde? Já não fui.
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail.
Errado.
They were coming at me from all directions.
That's it for you.
Ah! O gatilho. Era isso, amigo.
I'm ending you.
Ele não tá nem matando os caras rápido, velho. Na cabeça.
I caught sight of the Daltons running with
Tava pensando, esse Anderson, ó, e tema.
down better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those 2 families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the
Essa
whose daughter recently married a Smith.
essa cor aqui do mapa, cara.
Every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people,
Eu atirei na cabeça.
but that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
Matei. Crab, eu acho que o Crab eu já tenho também. Já acabou o evento. Ah, teu não, velho. Acabou os eventos, cara.
Get those boys.
Tem alguns caras aqui que são mais resistentes, né? Ou tô errado? Frente. Uma pepita por perto, galera. Pra onde? É a mesma coisa, né? Aqui em cima. Acho que pode subir mais, né? Bora descer, galera. Certo. Ah, tá. Galera. Será que eu já tava dentro já? É.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least 2 of them to escape.
Caraca, bicho. O troco veio logo na minha direção. É que vi mesmo, né? Socorre.
It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Reeves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for a long life.
Ele.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery and caught.
Ele foi de base.
He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him? But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
80% só de precisão. É isso. Tô faltando uma pepita.
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this.
Faltou acertar, não foi?
A whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track him to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful
Rapaz,
time of year.
é pra explodir.
At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell.
Uma...
It's tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks.
Casaco vermelho. Errei mais que tudo nessa fase aqui, pô.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
É. O cara tá noiado, é? Shangri-La.
That year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Bury 'em in the swamp. Plant 'em where they stand.
Except for some bitches ahead of me wanted to do me harm, so I had to face them alone. I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
É impressão minha ou os caras tá desaparecendo? Cadê? Não, né?
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet, but I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Tiro na cabeça.
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted
Tá com
all
pistola,
manner
mano.
of riffraff to their cause.
Drama, velho. É boss. Isso ali é boss, mano. Pegar os caga-sangue por aqui, né?
Point being, I was under
E o caga-sangue mestre.
and my reinforcements was nowhere to be seen.
Ele já tá morto já, né? Ah, meu amigo, gastei o bagulho. Necessidade de errar o tiro. Muito melhor se eu não gastasse.
But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view. But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed them.
Realmente o cara tá malucão, mano.
But that goddamn swamp.
Eu acho que ele só tá imaginando só, né?
Soon I had no goddamn idea where I was. Steve? So I just started walking, and pretty soon.
É. O mais vesgo, né?
Steve!
Huh? Oh, no.
Tá dormindo aqui, velho.
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
Os me cercaram, é mesmo, é? Olha.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See,
É
Steve?
você me complica, amiga.
No, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
So,
Tava dando uma dormida.
Daltons.
right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
Bounty hunters! Stop that, son
Pô, acertei agora.
Ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet. But I did find a few of their cousins. You Kansans breed like rabbits.
Ei,
Or Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family?
pra cá mesmo, né?
Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Difícil acertar. Pokémon no chat, galera. Esse aqui é o teu, não. Ué. Ah, tá. Agora acertou. Foi-se. Já foi, né? Bora dar uma melhor olhadinha aqui. Pra coisa aqui o puleiro, né? Faz o quê? Agora, fúria gelada. Cause mais dano em concentração. Rápido no gatilho. Bora. No instante ele larga, né? No instante larga o escudo. E a gente melhora lá a escopeta, né? Ninguém pega Pokémon aqui. Aqui só quem pega só sou eu, né? Melhores treinadores Pokémon. Tá onde, né?
A lot of those paths seem to be leading nowhere.
Do nada o cara cheira o cano, né? Meu amigo. O cara aqui tá... Pai, vou correr. Corro não.
Boys were out there somewhere, standing
Tiro.
together against anyone who would threaten
Aqui
them.
tá bronca, mano. O cara tá... Ele tá noiado, mano. Tá noiado, ó. As coisas crescem do nada, olha lá.
Goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps? Guess it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was in that a fusillade of bullets come
Vou
around,
testar aqui o...
and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men who were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Igor. Acontece. Belo tiro, né? Ah, velho. Fui pro lado que o cara atirou. Aí tá. Complicado, viu? Vai morrer. Morreu complicado, velho. A arma não tava querendo ir. Parou de tirar, já era. Caraca.
Somewhere up there, the Dolphins were waiting on me.
Aí é bronca, velho. Aí é bronca, cara. Tá aqui a pepita, né? Cadê a pepita? Cadê a pepita? Poxa. Só que eu deixo o pena aqui. Tá bem aqui em cima.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
Cadê essa bendita pepita, mano? Então, né? Tá por aqui, velho. Com certeza tá por cima mesmo.
Right about then, much to my relief, the vigilantes finally arrived. Their leader motioned at a cabin in the middle of the top deck, pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit.
Que amigo. Tipo. Eita.
But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
Droga, nem peguei a pepita, mano.
The Daltons had played me like a fiddle. Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive.
A nós.
But finding my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a challenge.
It was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Well, yeah, but I was in a
Did you
fight.
hear about that ship that's gonna launch next year? Largest one in the world.
You're talking about the Titanic.
Sobe.
You ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it's
So anyway,
Eu vou ter tempo de pegar a pepita, mano.
They're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsinkable.
A pepita aqui.
Getting back
Yeah.
to that steamboat, how'd you get off it, Mr. Breeze?
I took in a lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be a bit hazy. But somehow I managed to finally disembark. I was coughing up smoke and pretty damn pissed. I was done playing games with those boys. It was time to settle this once and for all.
Agora sim, agora sim. Olha que coisa deliciosa, mano. Deus, cara. Assim. Velho Oeste. Tá bem... Tá bem tecnológico, mano.
Bob and Grat weren't about to come at me one at a time. They were in this together. Two brothers side by
Tá vendo Pepito ali não tem, né?
take me down.
2?
Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Galerinha. Aí. Ô, droga. Vai ser tu primeiro, porque foi tu que matou, não foi? É loló. O cara de lado me matou, velho. É bronca. O cara foi muito rápido, pô. 2 contra 1 tá bronca, velho. Dá, pô. Se pudesse atirar antes, né? Droga, mano. Tirar uma foto e fazer quadro dele. Pokémon no chat, galerinha. Esse aí eu já tenho, né? Eu tenho que se esquivar, rapaz. Tem que se esquivar ainda. Olha lá.
Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down.
Se fosse 1 contra 1, eu vencia, mano.
This time the odds were on their side.
Manda ele matar a galinha gorda. Olha lá, mano. Esse aqui tem tempo de reação não, pô. Tempo não, pô. Meu Deus do céu. Tá bronca, galera. Ué, mano. Ixi, gente. Acho que eu vou ficar preso aqui por um tempo, cara. Vocês assistiram... Mata o da direita primeiro, pô. Mas o da esquerda também atira rápido, pô. Bora lá pro da direita. E isso é um anime? Série? É o que? Bora, amigo.
Two brothers side by side,
Harry Ryan.
confident that this
Caraca, bicho.
we're on their side.
Agora nós conseguimos, galera. Ali não aumenta a velocidade, cara. Aumenta um pouquinho. Tô entendendo, galera. Tô entendendo. Tô entendendo, cara. Putz, mano. Tá quase, hein? Tá quase, hein? Deixa eu ver aqui. Qual o nome dele? Solo. É que era do Star Wars, né? Sanrolo, né? Né? Eu vi já o meme dele já na internet já, né? Imagem aqui. Sorriso, né? É que eu assisti ainda não. Ele saiu recentemente, foi? É o primeiro episódio na Crush, né?
Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Boa!
A sad end for those two. If they'd only known
Eu
that
queria ser mamado. Oxê.
his wounds. Paroled 14 years later. He moved to
Batendo hard, mano.
and the tragic death of his two brothers.
Veio da galera aí pra parar no mundo diferente após a morte. Os mundos que chegam no nosso em forma de portais. A galera entra nos portais e vai caçar. Cada pessoa tem um rank e o rank é o mesmo pra toda a sua vida. É tipo Guts, né? Guts. Ah, entendi. Pior de todos, né? Dá pra ver pela fotinha aqui que o cara não parece ser muita coisa não, mano. Mas acho que esse é shounen, né? Esse anime aqui? Não. Coreia, deixa. O shounen, o personagem vai ficar melhorando a cada episódio, né? Não é. Nunca vi dessa categoria não, mano. Eu sei que não vou assistir. Eu me esqueci até de dar o SK pro...
Died tragically as well, truth be told.
Quanto isso já deu já? Deu dedo de novo.
It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys.
Não deu nada não, foi.
And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old.
Todo mundo caça junto em guildas, né?
I was mighty pleased with
O
myself.
anime que eu tô assistindo recentemente
I rode for Texas.
foi o Bungo Stray Dogs, né?
It was Johnny
Não sei se tu conhece, assisti
Bob Bryant and another
terminei a quinta temporada recentemente, né?
wanted their money back and everything else
Eu assisti um pouco anime recentemente, mano.
in our lives.
Bem pouco mesmo.
Those boys didn't want
Saiu o One Piece ontem, né? Eu nem assistia o episódio de One Piece.
this coin in my mouth and said, I won't have it.
Depois eu vou voltar a assistir.
Nothing, boy.
Pegar agora
Well, those horses,
no forte, né? No forte dos animes.
those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the
Deixa eu enviar aqui pra vocês o...
brothers were bigger and heavier. They were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me. Until I heard he was riding.
Enviar pra vocês o meu... A minha lista de anime, né? Caso vocês queiram ver. Qual conta? E não... Eu parei de assistir, já que é no caso a Jimmy no Ippo, né? Dark Gathering, né? Eu ainda tô assistindo, mas eu tô... Vou enviar aqui dos completos, mano. Um pouco anime recentemente. Tô limpo. Que é isso, meu caro eu rio. Que é isso, meu caro eu rio.
I'd been on their trail for months. Ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy. They were a loose association of
Bora.
outlaws who robbed
Black chegou aí no início da livezinha, né?
to Montana.
Muito obrigado pelo luck, mano, Black.
Man's kid.
Pronto.
And that murderous hombre I was tracking. Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all.
Bungo Stray Dogs.
I'd heard about a large shipment
Anime muito bom, mano. Recomendo você assistir.
Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train.
Poxa.
Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. So I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Pepita? Que tem pepita? De nível. Abriu do nada aqui. Bora melhorar aqui, gente. Olha lá, ó. Melhorando, melhorando, né? Daqui a pouco a gente tá tudo bem coisado. Dá uma olhadinha aqui, gente. Aí caiu pra você. E aí, Niten? Como você tá, meu cheiroso? Lindo.
upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them.
Calma aí, galera. Aí, galera. Mano. E aqui a live. E item. Tá meio cheiroso, bem. Super Mario World. Tá passando estresse no Crash? Tá jogando...
Who's that son of a bitch?
Se eu soubesse, cara, tava aqui.
From there, I had to negotiate and even
360?
first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Tem pepita aqui, ó, galera. Ué.
Who's that son of a bitch? Goddamn Pinkerton!
Não tinha pepita aqui, né? Ah. Entendi ali como pepita, mano. Mas ali tava dizendo que eu tava me afastando.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob,
Ah, tá jogando PS1, né? Ah, tu me falasse mesmo que tava...
desperados.
Ia jogar o Crash 3, né? Eu tava jogando 360, ó.
Outside, in
Conseguisse concluir do 360?
I made my way towards my prey.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were
Calma, Cinderela.
that day.
Oxi, não matou? Pois é. Mano, uma coisa que eu tô pensando aqui é que essa pistolinha não tá matando rápido. Vou trocar.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about.
Pokémon no chat, galera. Conseguisse comprar o CD-ROM lá, Niten? Se eu fosse tu, Niten, levava pra desbloquear.
I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as
Pra HD, mano.
bastards as I could.
Cada rifle.
At times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Passando estresse, né, meu caro Niten? Crash é bronca mesmo, mano. Crash é difícil pra caramba. Nunca passei da primeira fase do Crash, né?
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a
You mean
hand.
like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Capturar Pokémon, gente. Caraca, bicho. É quando eu comecei no capturei 1. Ó, ó. Será que agora vai ter montaria, mano?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Who the hell is that?
Ué. E é bronca, amigo. Você que era amigo, velho. Aqui tem. Aqui tem a pepita, né? Não tem nenhuma pepita, não. Na minha frente, mano. Foi de base. O que tem por aqui, gente? Fala, mano, filho desse Loi. Muito obrigado pela moitinha, meu querido. Mas deve ser um RGH. Percebi que porque meu 360 não conecta na internet. Jeito nenhum. Aí eu vi que deve ser RGH, mas eu não sei como instalar Aurora ou Tile, né? Vamos colocar o jogo lá, né? É fácil, Nitty. Eu tive o tutorial. Eu tive o tutorial, não foi ou não? Coisa maravilhosa, né, gente? Mas se tivesse RGH já era pra vir já, né? Com a Aurora.
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis.
Acho que nem enviei.
Finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry. And maybe Elsie Lay, though some folks might dispute that.
Calma, Moreno. Ainda preciso ser lapidado nisso aqui, gente. Ok. Foi mais rápido que eu, mano. queda de quadro de 255. Aí provavelmente vai dar umas travadinhas. Foi mais rápido que eu, mano. Viu? Porque tá demorando muito pra focar, mano. Foca. Foi rápido, viu? Caraca, bicho. Tu vai enviar lá, Niten. Eu não enviei, né? Rápido, mano. Cara mesmo. Pô. Calma aí, papai.
Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America.
Tava formatado o HD?
They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
É, tu tenta ver aí, Nintendo. Mas eu acho que o meu, eu tive também um drive, um CD do 360 e ele não pegava internet também não, mano.
Sometime later I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail. As I was still in pursuit of my brother's...
Pegava internet também não.
That Kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he? Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Feito no bando selvagem.
Someone's coming. What the hell's that? Why don't somebody
Fui de base, mano.
Who's shooting at? We're under fire! This asshole has a death.
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down.
Somebody really pissed this son of a bitch off.
Deu a poxa, cara. E...
He's crazier than a cat on the roof of a rocket tank. You ain't.
Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however.
Tem qual jogo do 360 aí, Niten? Não sei se eu já perguntei já. Eu me esqueci.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific. The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
Na manhã seguinte...
Kid
Vou
Curry
melhorar
was
aqui.
considered the wildest of the Wild Bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children.
Mas
Though some say it was
Zero.
only 5.
Repete. Quais jogos aí de 360? Eu não sei se eu ia perguntar realmente. Perguntei, eu realmente esqueci.
Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me. The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards.
Ah, não. Armar a bomba.
A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
A escada caiu logo aqui.
Blow us up now. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Já fiz já isso já.
Take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Guess there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well...
Caraca, bicho.
Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
A nós. É voz.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
Não era boss não, né? A live vai até que horas? Não vou conseguir... vai cair uma chuva da cebola logo no dia de peito. Aqui tá o céu clarinho, mano. Vai até a live de que hora? Até às 6. Vai pra academia agora, é? Pode sempre vai pra academia de... tarde, né?
Terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually there was a fourth charge in P.
Armar bombinhas.
Once I removed it, my path
What?
was pretty clear.
I'm gonna cut you in two. Still standing.
É, meu parceiro. No peitar.
So I proceeded onward and realized that that way just wasn't gonna work.
No peitar, rapaz. Uma pepita, mano. Agora onde? Tá por perto. É. Bot? Esse é um bot, né? Quem foi o Nito que baniu, não foi? Ou foi tu, Anderson? E é daqui a 2 horas. 4 GTA V. Caraca, Nito. Jogo, hein? Naruto. Eu acho que tá por aqui. Vou comprar item. Uma placa de captura. Baratinha mesmo. Acho que uma custa R$50, velho. Mercado Livre. Tá de boa, velho. 60, né?
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me.
Mas de boa, velho. Até 60, né?
It was a long burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Já era, mas primeiro, mas pelo menos eu peguei uma pepita, né? Se eu chegasse na metade é porque é um jogo grande, né? O Black Flag, né? Mas a gente pegou...
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks. My heart was pounding like a sledgehammer. I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment.
O que, mano? Cadê, pô? Quase, mano. Quase. Ah, tá, porque faz sentido, né? Se pegasse os explosivos, tivesse ainda pegando fogo, ia explodir na mão dele, né?
But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore.
Pra cá, né? Tem o quê? Tem algum app? Me afastando.
Kill that SOB! Make him bleed! Send him to perdition!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
Ô louco, mano. Tem que ser de onde eu levei esse tiro. Vai ver se consegue. Vai ver se consegue um. É bom item. Vai, morre logo aí, porque eu quero fazer um negócio. É bom item. Tu pega uma placa de captura baratinha. Mano, já tem já. Só que o queijo na mão já, né? Oh, merda, cara. Não dá pra enxergar nada. Ô, louco!
This some bitch is pissing me off.
Conselhos.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and
Rapaz, que cheiro de comida boa, velho. Olha lá, gente. Esse aí... Ué. Pô.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
You can't hide forever. You know who I am. Come on. This is the last mistake you'll ever make. Are you kidding me? You can't beat me. Shit. God damn it, I need some help here. Come on, boys. Take this sucker. What are you? Yellow? Am I out of bullets already?
Ô, louco, cara. Tentei, galera. Safado. Ah, achei...
Show yourself, you coward! Time for you to
E não, amigo. O cara tá cheinho. Calma aí, filhão.
Are you kidding me? It's not fair. That smells like a killing.
E a última.
Shit! I think he's scared. Ready to lay down and die. I gotta reload. This is the last mistake.
Ela lascou de vez, galera. Será que tem? Será que ele dropa aqui de novo? Dropou de novo. Assim, agora sim, hein? A gente que eu já vou ler aí. Fala, mano, Felipe!
Beat that bastard.
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry.
Tá, mano, Felipe.
He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally. Come here.
Faz. Derrotei literalmente o pior boss do Crash. Tome na cabecinha. Agora que eu peguei o costume, galera, já era, velho. Já era.
And as he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him. Those were his last words.
Esse é o papo. Trabucão, né? Eu não sei se eu tô no final do jogo.
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
Não sei se eu tô na metade do jogo.
Yeah, you kind of glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Ah, nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads.
Ei, meu caro Felipe.
$1,000 for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
Você tá, meu caro Felipe? Vai fazer mesmo o Pokémon MMO? Fazer a gente faz. Item também joga, né? O Nita também joga o Pokémon MMO.
I confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way. But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this Jim.
Tem uma pepita? Cadê a pepita? Cadê a pepita, amiga? Ou posso chegar aqui em cima? Eis a questão, né? Questão, galerinha. Acho que a pepita tá aqui em cima, né?
Now wait a second. Now, how'd they stop this train in the first place?
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
Já tem pessoas no time já? Eu acho que eu só vou jogar só pra passar o tempo mesmo.
They hopped a freight train, having heard.
Mas o Pokémon MMO é difícil, mano.
Express safe. So I hopped the same train.
Calma aí, princeso.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others.
Tem uma pepita por perto. Tipo. E aqui, ó, galera. Aperte o trem. Cadê a pepita, pô?
The James Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on by your lonesome. Again. I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow, friend.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey. By the way, did I mention that that train was flying down those tracks?
Rifle de cano cerrado? Quero nada. Mas tem uma pepita aqui dentro, galera. Pepita escondida. Caraca, bicho. Dentro, aqui dentro. Lindo. Lindo. Tem uns golpes sim. Caraca, bicho, é muito difícil, pô. Porque os Pokémon tem tudo diferente, mano. Aí você não tem nenhuma vantagem, né? Você não tem nenhuma vantagem em relação, tipo, você tá com de fogo, tem vantagem no de planta, né? Já com de planta vai ter golpe de água. Mas o negócio também é você colocar... Também, né? Esses golpes aí.
I never heard so much malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
You don't think he's Silas Greaves?
I think he's just some old drunk looking for some free liquor.
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him. You don't think he met Jesse James?
Rapaz,
Kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
But
bar.
you seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr?
Red. Speed, né? Billy. L.
Of course, I didn't learn
E aí, galera.
later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof.
Por aqui, né?
Some
Tome.
bitch saw me and shouted out, "It's a damn Pinkerton!"
Imagina aí o... Eu acho que o Black e White, né? O Emerald é o mais difícil, mano. Assim, em relação a Elite.
Those evil bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's
Em
house.
relação a Elite, ele é o mais difícil.
There's no
Eu
wonder.
acho que junto com o Black ou com o Platinum. Nossa,
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they?
Rapaz.
Why is that, I wonder?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember it.
I bet you are.
O Platinum, eu não sei se o Platinum é... uma treinadora, mano.
You just met your match.
Mas o Firehead é bem fácil de zerar.
Across the flat car piled high with logs and had to come up with a creative way to make my way forward.
Time to feel you on the leg. That's a first.
Tem que subir.
I wondered if I was ever gonna find the front of that train. Or the bastard I was after.
Uma pepita.
I was attacked by some
Aonde?
asshole on a Gatling gun.
Well, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did.
Peguento, cara.
Remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or dynamite.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Cadê essa merda dessa pepita, mano? Não sai correndo. Tá lá embaixo, mano. Devagarzinho, devagarzinho. Ué, mano.
It was a rickety ride and quite precarious.
Lado sozinho, galera. Como que o cara dá... Na verdade... Como no chat, porque você é bom? Nada, mano. Eu bom? Tá louco, velho. Ô, droga, velho. Nada errado. Fez curva. Brabo, não para de nascer, não, ó. Caraca, bicho.
Looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way. And that included Jesse James himself.
Me engana, não me engana. O acessou a Ultra Ball agora pra capturar, mano. Primeira captura da live. Não! Out. Aqui, mano.
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn.
Tanto que eu tô morrendo aqui, gente. Não é brincadeira não, hein. É nóis. Continua. Oh. Caraca, bicho. Que merda. Correndo. Droga, velho. Vou esperar mais um pouquinho. Tive que apelar, né? Tem que apelar, mano. Mandou eu tô cheio de Pokébola aí. Mas eu só uso só a normal só, né? Caraca.
I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah. Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you.
Bateu em mim, cara. Atirou pra direita e eu pensava que ia pra esquerda.
Yeah,
Foi de base.
Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle.
Eita, nós.
After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim. I
Gente.
followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. The perfect place to hide out from the authorities.
Gente. Vou ficando por aqui. É 6h20 já, né? Muito obrigado a todos que compareceram, galera, essa live aqui. Muito bom fazendo essa live com vocês. Amanhã não tem live, certo?
76 semanas de livre.
Deu nem 76 semanas de live, velho. Amanhã não tem live, mas eu acho que quarta-feira tem. Quarta-feira ou quinta. Ou sexta. Obrigado ao Anderson, ao Nitem. Quarta-feira tem sim, né? Ao Felipe, obrigado ao Eu Rio. Esteve aqui com... Ao Saturnália. Ao Black também que teve comigo. Pra ver mais quem teve aqui com a galera. Ao Nitem, acho que eu já falei o Nitem já, né? E Felipe. A todo mundo, galera. Todo mundo que teve aí conosco. Vou me lembrar de todo mundo, né? É isso, gente. Vocês têm alguém pra raidar, galera? O Pedrada deve ser bot? Será que é bot? Dá uma olhadinha. Não é bot. Acho que não é não bot não, mano. Gente, obrigado a todo mundo. Vocês têm alguém pra raidar? Tem alguém pra raidar, gente? Ah, né? Deixa eu sair aqui. Pepitas da verdade. Coisa, né, gente? E quantas conquistas? Pra ver aqui as conquistas, né? Pra ver, a gente pegou 7 conquistas só. Falta 26. 26. Falta conquista, galera. Ó, falta perseverança. Aqui tem a de completar. Tiro difícil. Mate um pássaro durante um duelo vitorioso. Aquela mais pura verdade. Aqui tem que pegar todas as pepitas, né, galera? 54 pepitas. Folha de registro. É, gente. Joguei pra radar, gente. Ó, mano, o fim desse Lloyd também que teve aí conosco, né? Muito obrigado, mano. Vai. Até aqui. Pra voltar pro Bentu. Voltar pro Anderson. Anderson tá em live, é? Ó, bora, vou dar uma olhadinha aqui. O Anderson faz live de madrugada, rapaz. Tá ficando maluco já. Gente, bora enviar aqui pro... No fim desse Loy que tá aí conosco, né? Tá aí conosco. Uma raidezeira pra lá. Gente, muito obrigado. Quarta-feira ou quinta-feira ou sexta-feira. Ou semana que vem. Ou mês que vem. Ou ano que vem. Tem mais live, gente. Muito obrigado, galera. Super abraço. Dali. E bora mandar pro mano o fim desse Loy. É isso, gente.